My dear bronies, you asked me once if I had told you everything there was to know about this fandom. And while I can honestly say I have told you the truth, I may not have told you all of it. I've gone through 6 seasons of this. I'm not the same reviewer I once was. I think it is time for you to know what really happened. It began long ago in a land far away to the east, the likes of which you will likely find in the world today. There was the country of Great Britain, its markets known far and wide, full of the bounties of tea and crumpets, peaceful and prosperous. For this country hosted the doors of the most adequate channel in the world, Tiny Pop, stronghold of MLP, who had the audacity to air the finale 2 weeks in advance. I mean, seriously, do you know how hard it was to avoid spoilers for this?
Hey! Don't ruin the moment.
You do realize we're only doing this because of the title, right?
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be such a wet blanket about it.
But don't you think you rely too much on reference humor? I mean, channels like JonTron didn't get where they were because of memes or running gags. They put some actual effort into the writing and made the reviews
Word back
timeless
again.
and endearing instead of jumping onto the latest fad.
So, this episode starts off with Spike being useless, /clumsy, /suffering, and Twilight delivering awkward exposition. In other words, it's that time of the week that ends in day.
Thank you both for your help. Are you kidding? After all you've done for me, this is the least I can do. Oh, please. I haven't done that much. Nah, you just taught me the value of friendship.
No, you're nice. No, you're nice. No, you're not. Get a room.
Oh yeah, forget to mention that. She's Twilight's apprentice now. Kinda skip that episode. Reasons.
What's that? Is it a bird? Is it a parasprite? It's
An internet meme! Watch out before it starts another moral panic!
incoming! For me? Who would be sending me a letter?
I'll be writing to you.
You've invited me to the annual Sunset Festival!
What's with all these pointless sounding holidays that spontaneously appear whenever we need to have a new plot set up? I mean, what's next? Life Day? Oh, Celestia, please not Life Day.
You've invited me to the annual Sunset Festival!
Stop talking about better characters!
My little pony, my little pony.
Adios. So, Starlight goes to the Sunset Festival, and she seems pretty nervous.
What are you doing here?
I was invited.
Yeah, but we didn't think you'd actually show up.
Look, just because I was antisocial doesn't mean I'm asocial, get it right. But it appears that this was all a dream, and Luna shows up. Alright, to Luna's credit, it seems like she's advanced from the self-destructive phase of mental illness to being more proactive with helping others overcome their own issues. After how divisive her latest major episode was, it's nice to see a subtle hint of positive character development. Good on you, Luna. Good job. And then Starlight decides to be sensible and nip her insecurities in the bud before they get out of hand. Wow, avoiding a lot of cliches. This is actually turning out pretty well. But then we get to the typical once-per-episode character quirks. Number 1. Rainbow says or does something kinda dickish.
I mean, you were pretty awful.
2. Pinky mentions parties or food.
And getting an invitation to a party and not going? That's like, it's like, well, I don't know what it's like, but it is definitely bad.
3. Applejack gets exasperated at someone's thick-headedness.
Rainbow Dash. What? She was!
Number 4. Fluttershy. Well, it's in her name. You can probably guess what she does.
I don't think they would have sent the invitation if they didn't want you to come. I'm sure they'd be happy to see you.
Number 5. Rarity talks about something pretty.
But why, darling? You went back to apologize. They accepted. Every pony has moved on.
Huh. She actually avoided this time around. And finally, number 6. Twilight suggests a common sense solution that ends up backfiring. And oh, does it.
I understand how hard this is for you. Maybe if you took a friend along, it might make things easier. Some pony you trust who would look out for you? Thanks so much for doing this, Trixie.
Oh yeah, forget to mention that? Trixie's good now. Sorta.
Time really flies when you're spending it with your best friend.
There it is! The town where you magically stole every pony's cutie mark, replaced them with equal signs, and forced them all to hide their natural talents? Yes.
I guess we can add exposition dumps to the signs of generalized anxiety disorder? So Trixie gives some words of encouragement, and both of them go to the town. Instead of them being unaccepting, it's the opposite problem.
But you will be a judge for the baking competition, right?
We had a few questions about the order of the acts for the talent show.
Need a dispenser here.
Well, I guess this makes Starlight Panic Attack number... I lost track when I hit double digits. So Starlight leaves town all depressed and mopey.
So you messed up. Big deal. Don't you ever tell another pony I said this. But even Trixie's made mistakes. I know.
Good job, Trixie. That was almost empathetic. Have a prize.
Congratulations, Trixie. You've won the coveted Not as much of a jerk as you could have been award.
You did it. Good job. I can't believe it. I'm proud of you.
The trick is to just move on and pretend they never happened.
I feel like that's almost good advice.
I heard almost.
Then they go back into town and notice that Pinky's being strange and Applejack and Rarity are being...
You freaked out and ran away from a festival? That's the funniest dang thing I've heard all day.
Oh my! Let me guess. The decorations were terrifying.
Okay, how do I tactfully put Polish douchebags? Eeny, meeny, miny, all of them. So Starlight goes to the castle.
What do you want?
She lives here! Then she goes to Princess Twilight and spills her guts.
Wow, you should definitely never go back to that village. What? If you were worried about what they thought of you before, it's probably way worse now. I'd cut my losses. That's surprising advice coming from you.
That's actually pretty interesting. Starlight seems to know what's the right thing to do in this situation, but she needs someone to tell her what it is. It's interesting how even though she doesn't view nor trusts herself to be a leader, she does seem to know how things should be handled. A lot of people have moments where they don't really know what's best for them, so it's good she has some external opinions she can trust. So Starlight goes to bed and... it's about halfway through the first part and we still haven't seen our season finale mandated villain.
The changelings have returned! They're back!
I'm having a feeling I'm getting conditioned to this. So Starlight goes to find Trixie and shows us why you probably shouldn't carry pyrotechnics in a wooden wagon.
I think I figured out what's wrong with my friends.
I have a whole list of things that are wrong with your friends.
Trixie, future brony analyst. So Starlight asks Trixie to help her find out what the changelings are up to, and they infiltrate the castle. They see the main six use mummy scarabs to summon Queen Chrysalis.
I can't take any of you seriously when you look like that.
What?
Everything here is going according to plan. We've replaced the 6 ponies and their dragon and have taken control of the castle.
Excellent. And I've just received word that the princesses from Canterlot have successfully been replaced as well.
How? How did you guys manage to do that in one night? If you could do that the whole time, why didn't you do that the first time? Did you just get good this time? So Starlight accidentally reveals their presence, and then they have to hide.
Stay calm It can probably smell fear.
Then Starlight and Trixie escape and are visited by Thorax.
Oh yeah, forget to mention that? There's a good changeling now. Name's Thorax. He's your Fluttershy for the evening. Have fun.
I request the cone of silence.
Thorax?
Yes?
How do I know you aren't some other changeling pretending to be Thorax?
I'm not even listening to the story right now. I'm just watching Trixie. She's a riot.
If Starlight says you're on our side, I believe her. But maybe just stay over there for now, okay?
Trixie, I know he has holes, but he's not a leper. Chill.
There is no pony else. Every pony with powerful magic is already gone.
You know, whenever ponies talk about powerful magic, they always leave me out. If I weren't so evolved, I might decide to take it personally.
As a reviewer, having Discord in an episode is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, he's always a joy to listen to. On the other, it's really hard to make jokes for him that aren't, I have no joke, that's just funny. Though, I just noticed we have 4 reformed villains as our main characters now, and they're about to embark on a death-defying journey to save the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Horseshoeicide Squad! I anticipate my slap to the face by the end of the day.
Well, isn't this quite the combination of secondary characters?
Stop stealing my jokes, Discord. This is starting to make me rethink my life.
How do we know that you're really you?
You know, I've rephrased that so it doesn't sound like you want Discord to shuffle the functions of every hole in your face.
Chrysalis and the changelings are back. They've pony-napped all of the most powerful ponies in Equestria. Celestia,
Macro head.
Luna, Cadence, Shining
With a
Arrow,
micro
Heart,
brain.
Twilight, and Friend. We need to...
They took Fluttershy?
Yes.
Where?
Who knew selective empathy can be so touching and terrifying?
I think I have a pretty good idea where she might be.
A symphony of death, oh my! That's my lullaby!
So, Trixie and Starlight say that they should come up with a plan.
Oh, that's adorable. But you see, unlike you, I can do anything.
Except win. So Discord tries to enter, but Thorax explains that all non-changeling magic is absorbed by Chrysalis's throne. That actually makes a ton of sense. Why the changelings haven't been found, why they haven't been conquered. Yeah, I'll take it. Then they have to traverse the landscape without magic, and Discord is not making things easy for the party.
If we get separated, it might make sense to have a way to make sure we are who we say we are.
Oh, like a secret code. How about if I say we are, and you say doomed?
And then again, telling Discord to shut up would have the same effect. They agree on klutzy Draconiquus and infiltrate the hive, with Discord still being comic relief.
And we're the only ones who can navigate it. It's total chaos to non-changelings.
Well, it's decent chaos. I don't know if I call it total.
I mean, have you seen Josh's internet history?
Yeah, wait, what?
You'll still be a self-absorbed, below-average illusionist.
Self-absorbed? Why, you cut it out!
I'm just barely keeping it together, and it would be wonderful if you two could actually try to help instead of bickering like fools.
Wow, I guess hell really is other people. Shout out to No Exit.
While I would love to sit around chit-chatting about feeding and not feeding, I have a Fluttershy to save!
Fool of a toque!
You're gonna get us all captured!
Oh, you keep saying that, but I haven't seen an actual changeling since we got into this hive.
Discord, you're supposed to be the genre-savvy one. Stop tempting fate! And Thorax is right there. Be a little more sensitive. So their presence is revealed, and they use misdirection to escape. They find the entrance to the throne room and have to find out how to get in.
Hello, changelings and changelets! When I heard that I'd be playing for a bunch of changelings, I was beside myself. Then I realized it was just one of you.
Look! A distraction!
It is certainly a pleasure to have such dedicated fans.
Is that you or John Delancey talking? Then Discord happens across Fluttershy, but then catches himself.
I'm separated from the group and just happened to come across the one pony I care most about. I can smell this setup a mile away.
You got me in a box here.
But then he falls for it, despite there still being nobody there but the one pony he cares most about. How? Thankfully, the others aren't as dumb, and Trixie has to sacrifice herself so that Thorax and Starlight can get to the throne room. Starlight finds it and... well, that's some H.R. Geiger shit.
One little pony all by herself. Oh, how will I ever prevent this daring rescue?
And that is just terrifying.
Thorax is still out there.
Don't mention that traitor's name in my kingdom.
So Starlight is revealed to be Thorax, and the real Starlight is whacking the throne with a rock. You know, guys, you weren't exactly on a time crunch here. Maybe you could have used this time to plan a little better? Maybe get some C4 to blow up the throne? I'm pretty sure Pinky has that in her basement somewhere.
So basically, Chrysalis goes through this entire spiel, and Starlight retorts with a bunch of stuff. I'll just give you the clip notes. Chrysalis wants food for her and her subjects, but she also wants to be on top of the totem pole. Changelings could freely give love, but that would mean stripping Chrysalis of her authority, which she doesn't want.
Called it! So Chrysalis decides to drain Thorax of his love.
Sharing love is what made you different to begin with. You should share yours with Chrysalis. Give her all of it.
Wow, I can't believe I actually get to bring this joke back. Montage time!
I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you every inch of my love. I'm gonna give you my love.
So then Starlight offers the hand of friendship to Chrysalis, who refuses surprisingly. Then she dives off the cliff and escapes. No one's gonna chase her? Levitate her back? You know this lady is so tactically competent she almost won twice, and her supporters were able to usurp your entire kingdom in a day, completely under your nose. She has no power and no supporters at her beck and call right now. This is the perfect opportunity to end this. Now she has every opportunity to exact her intentions of retribution, and you're just going to let her go? Aside from that, the episode was great. One big weakness with a lot of the season finales and season openers is that they have a lot of characters that they have to give screen time and purpose, and honestly, they don't always succeed. So by having the focus of the episode be on 4 characters who either needed development, enjoyed seeing, or both, really made this episode work. The dynamic between all of these ex-villains is hilarious, each one contributing a different type of humor and filling a unique role in the group. Yeah, the setup and ending had a few plot holes, but throughout the whole thing I was laughing and on the edge of my seat. We got some good plot threads to explore in the future, and we still have the looming threat of a villain. It was satisfying, and I hope to be just as satisfied in much of the same way in future seasons. I'm the Fiery Joker, and... boy, that Zelda concert was something. Gotta go!
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really